Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're tackling Leetcode problem 865, smallest subtree with all the deepest nodes. This is a medium problem that really tests your understanding of tree traversals and recursion. It might sound a bit complicated at first, but we'll break it down step by step until the solution becomes obvious. Let's get started. First, let's understand what the problem is asking. We are given the root of a binary tree. Our goal is to find a specific subtree. This subtree must be the smallest one possible that contains every single one of the deepest nodes in the original tree. Deepest here just means the nodes that are furthest away from the root. If there's only one node at the maximum depth, the answer is just that node. If there are multiple, we need the lowest common ancestor that covers them all. Let's split this into two concepts. First, deepest nodes. The depth of a node is its distance from the root. The deepest nodes are simply the ones with the largest depth value in the entire tree. There might be one, or there might be many. Our first job is conceptually to figure out what that maximum depth is and who sits there. Second, smallest subtree. Once we know who the deepest nodes are, we need to find their common ancestor. But not just any ancestor. The root is an ancestor of everyone, right? We want the lowest one, the one closest to the bottom that still connects all those deepest nodes. In computer science terms, we are looking for the lowest common ancestor, or LCA, of the set of deepest nodes. Let's visualize this with the example. We have a tree where the root is 3. If we go down to the very bottom, we find nodes 7 and 4. These are the deepest nodes. We need a subtree that includes both 7 and 4. Node 5 contains them, but node 2 is lower and also contains them. Node 2 is the parent of 7 and 4. So the subtree starting at node 2 is the smallest subtree containing all deepest nodes. That's why our answer is node 2. Just a quick heads up. We'll be walking through the logic and solution using Python. But don't worry if that's not your main language. I'll be showing the full code for Java, C++, and JavaScript towards the end of the video, so stick around for that. The first approach is called Paint Deepest Nodes. The intuition here is to handle things in two distinct steps. First, we just want to know how deep everything is. We can run a search to paint or record the depth of every single node. Once we know the global maximum depth, we can run a second search to find our answer. The rule is simple. If a node has the maximum depth, it's interesting. If a parent node sees that both its left and right children lead to deepest nodes, then that parent is the meeting point or the answer we're looking for. Before we get into the code, let's talk about the real reason people fail at Leetcode. It's not because they can't reverse a linked list, it's because they break their daily streak. I built my daily to-do specifically to solve this. You can set Solve Daily Leetcode as a routine task. This means it reminds you to complete your routine tasks every day. It's a dedicated system to force you to be consistent, which I also use to remind myself to upload these videos every day. If you're watching this channel, you're trying to improve, so this tool makes sure you actually show up to do it. I also want to be 100% transparent about how this app will grow. I am an indie developer, not a big corporation. I will never take away a free feature you already use. Core features like repeating tasks remain free forever. However, as I add new server-heavy features, they will be part of the premium plan to help cover the costs of running the app. Also, the price of premium will go up every time I ship a major new feature, so the best time to get involved is right now, while it's early. Check it out at the link in the description. Okay, we've talked about the big picture and the logic. Now let's see what this looks like as actual code. I'll put the full solution up on the screen first, and don't worry. After that, we'll walk through the most important sections together. Alright, here's the Python code for the first approach, Paint Deepest Nodes. It's a bit longer because we are doing things explicitly in two steps. Take a quick look, and then we will break down the two phases. In the first phase, we define a helper function to traverse the tree. We use a dictionary to store the depth of every node. Notice how we start with none having a depth of -1, so the root gets a depth of 0. We visit every node, calculate its depth, and store it. Finally, we find the maximum depth in the entire tree. Now we have our target. Now for the second phase. We traverse again. If we hit a node that has the maximum depth, we return it immediately. If not, we ask our left and right children for an answer. Here's the key logic. If both the left child and the right child return a non-empty result, it means there are deepest nodes on both sides below us. That makes the current node the lowest common ancestor. If only one side returns something, we just pass that result up the chain. Okay, now for the second method, which the editorial calls recursion. This is often cleaner. Instead of two passes, we do it all in one go. Our recursive function will return two things: the best candidate node found so far, and the actual depth of the deepest node in that subtree. By comparing the depths coming from the left and right, we can decide instantly which node is the correct parent. And here's the code for that recursive approach. It's much shorter. We have one helper function that does all the heavy lifting. Let's break down the logic inside that DFS function. Here is the core decision making. We get a result from the left and a result from the right. We check, is the depth coming from the left greater than the right? If so, the deepest nodes are only on the left side, so we just return whatever the left side gave us. Same logic if the right is deeper. But if the depths are equal, that's the magic moment. It means this current node has deepest descendants on both sides. Therefore, this node is the lowest common ancestor. We return the current node as the new candidate. So how fast are these solutions? Both approaches effectively visit every node once, so the time complexity is big O of n, where n is the number of nodes. We can't do better, because we have to see the whole tree to find the deepest part. For space, it's also big O of n in the worst case, due to the recursion stack or the map we used in the first approach. Alright, that covers the main solution in Python. As promised, for those of you who code in other languages, I'm about to show the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. I won't be breaking these down, so just pause the video on your language of choice to check it out. Alright, as promised, here is the full solution in Java. You can pause the video here to take a closer look at the implementation, especially how the result class is used. Next up, here is the C++ version of the solution. It uses a pair to keep track of the node and the depth. Feel free to pause and review. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. Hopefully seeing it in a few different languages helps solidify the concepts. So let's wrap it up. We learned that this problem is really about finding a lowest common ancestor based on depth. We saw two ways to do it, either by mapping out all depths first, or by being clever and bubbling up depth information as we recurse back up the tree. The one-pass recursion is generally preferred because it's cleaner, but understanding the two-pass method helps build intuition. Also, if you're looking for even more Leetcode problems beyond the daily challenge, I've started a second channel called Leetcode Unlocked. It's where I'll be posting solutions to a ton of other problems, so if you're serious about your interview prep, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description below. Hope this Leetcode solution breakdown made sense. If it helped, give that like button a click, maybe subscribe for more, or drop a comment if you have questions. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you know straight away when I upload a video, because I upload videos daily. If you want to support the channel, a few people have asked how I plan my solutions. I'm a big fan of sketching out the logic and data structures on a tablet before I code. It really helps. I've put affiliate links in the description to the tablet I use and a few other good options. Using those links doesn't cost you anything extra, but really helps me out. Or, if you're feeling generous, there's always the Boba Fund. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.